Hey everyone, quick update, day 4. Wanted to work on the profile and settings pages to kind of get some of the fundamental text box, form, styling, things out of the way. Really easy thing to work on at first to kind of get my momentum going here. So now I've got the profile and settings pages all set up. Pretty happy about my progress yesterday. So we've got your typical, profile settings, name, address, name, email, time zone, stuff like that. I automatically set your time zone for you when you register based on where you're at that time. Of course, you can update it if you need to, but this makes sure that all the time stamps that you see on the site are relevant to your specific time zone. And then we've got customer information, so your company information, so your company name, company address. You've got the logo, and then of course if you make any changes here, I've got a little notification that pops up at the top. This little toast thing here was kind of put in a global way so that if I have notifications on any page, I can just make it pop up for anything. It could be an error, it could be a success. So my point is, yesterday I did a lot of kind of foundational stuff to set the groundwork for future work. So now I'll be able to move faster because I've got standard text boxes and forms and layouts and toasts and notifications and stuff like that. So it was more than what you see here. I've also got under the account the ability to, well, and there's a bug. That shouldn't have showed up twice, so real software development here. I'll fix that later, that's okay. Under your account, the only thing I put in here now is the ability to close your account. I don't want to get in the way of someone if they're just not finding value in the product. Probably will add a text box to ask them optionally why they're closing their account so that I can maybe learn from it. But, if someone's not wanting to use the product for some reason, I'm not going to get in their way. That's part of, I think, good customer service, is not making it a pain in the butt to unregister or close your account if you need to. And then we've got password settings. You can change that. As far as the plan and the billing settings go, I'm actually not going to set this up at first because it'll be a nice problem to have when I've got people that are ready to pay, but they're not going to be ready to pay on day one. So even if the very first customer that signs up is ready to pay, I've got a week to build this. So I'm going to save this till the very end. I've got bigger things to work on. And then as far as invoice defaults go, these are the things that are the default settings for new invoices when you create them, so you don't have to enter the same thing over and over. If you need to override these settings, like what your currency is for this invoice or what your standard hourly rate is or your payment terms, you can do that on a project or a client or an invoice by invoice basis. But these are just a kind of table stakes initial defaults for invoices, how your invoice prefixes work and numbering and all that kind of stuff. So I still need to work on this page a little bit, but everything else is there. Pretty happy with my progress so far. Today I'll be working on invoices, the creation of those invoices, and then after that I'll be able to generate PDFs that will be automatically sent out to the client via email when those invoices are ready to go. So thanks for following along.